Amy Jones was referred to special education for evaluation when she was in the 4th grade in 2015. She is currently in the 8th grade at Longhorn Middle School, where she did qualify for special education as a student with a learning disability and math problem solving. Her parents report that there's a family history of learning problems, but Amy's developmental stages were slightly below those of her other family members. She does wear glasses to assist with vision. She has fine gross and motor skills. No change in family dynamics at the time of the evaluation. So Amy was then evaluated using the Woodcock-Johnson test of achievement and the Woodcock-Johnson test of cognitive abilities, and these tests are used from ages 2 to 85 to 90 years of age. Amy's academic achievement areas of oral expression, listening comprehension, math calculations, math problem solving all fell within the below average range. Oral language is defined as vocabulary, reasoning, and listening comprehension and memory. She is able to recall some information and retell stories of what she has heard. She also can identify pictured objects. Amy's listening verbal comprehension abilities, which means the ability to understand what she hears and relates it in some way, is weaker than her oral language ability. Amy scored below average in math calculations, which is the ability to perform math computations with no word problems. Amy was able to perform some basic operations but struggled with multiplication and division. Her math problem solving ability was weaker than the math computation ability. She was able to solve multi-step she was unable, to solve multi-step word problems. Amy struggled with knowing where to start when attempting to solve the problems. Amy does have strengths in basic reading skills, reading comprehension, and written expression. Basic reading skills means the ability to read words. Reading comprehension is the ability to understand what is being read. Written expression is the ability to produce sentences, simple sentences to complex sentences. The assessment of cognitive abilities, which assesses how Amy understands and uses information, resulted in the below average for cognitive process, and this is also known as crystallized intelligence. Cognitive processing measures expressive language based on cultural knowledge and experience. This is basically what she currently knows, and it involves reasoning of previously learned operations. Low crystallized abilities affects comprehending written text due to just the lack of vocabulary and basic concept and life experiences. Amy's long-term memory fell within the well below range. This is the ability to receive information and retrieve it at a later time. Deficits in long-term retrieval could impact her ability to memorize information. Another area of weakness for Amy was her fluid reasoning. This is the ability to identify and relate information. Fluid reasoning is also known as the problem-solving ability. The cognitive ability assessments also show areas of strengths for Amy in the areas of short-term memory, auditory processing, and processing speed. Short-term memory is the ability to take in information and retrieve it quickly. Auditory processing is the ability to hear information, manipulate sounds, and words. Although her visual processing fell slightly below average, it is still considered a strength. Visual processing is the ability to understand what she sees, such as patterns and details. Amy's deficits in crystallized intelligence, long-term memory, fluid reasoning will impact her performance in reading, math, and writing due to her not being able to remember a lot of information or steps to solve a problem. Therefore, Amy's cognitive ability deficits, along with her deficits in academic areas, are significant enough to classify her as a student with a specific learning disability in math problem solving.